Hello, we are the Pocketful of Problems.
where we check our pockets and take out your problems.
And we are your hosts, Noeli.
Rachel.
Sarah.
And Monica.
Today's topic is depression.
Now, depression is a serious problem.
Yes, ma'am. So,
Let's go ahead and take out the problems.
who wants to go first?
Ooh. I'll go first.
I have a good one. I like one.
Okay, so this person said lies about yourself that start to believe.
That you start to
Oh,
believe?
lies about yourself that
I think
start
they
to
just meant
believe.
to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
That's valid though. That's valid.
okay.
That's kind of how I think about it.
Damn, depression is such a broad topic because it can start through anything. It can start through yourself, to somebody else, through anything. Really. It can start even because of the death of somebody that you love. Like, it depends.
I feel like it's about getting in your head too much.
Yeah, I'll go next because I this one is funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's
Okay.
this one said sometimes when I think about depression, I just feel blue, like blue.
So they're
Like blue.
associating depression like with the color blue then. Because like blue
Have
is,
you
like,
ever seen
sadness.
Inside Out?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's where they
Oh.
got it from. That's actually cute.
I don't know. I don't know if it confused me.
Like you see how blue is associated with feeling sad,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy though because your
Guys,
favorite
blue's
color
my
is blue.
favorite color.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. But I understand why they would say that they feel blue when it's like
Yeah.
about depression.
Makes sense. It makes sense though.
It makes
It's just-
sense.
That's not how I would put it out there, but it makes sense. I
Yeah,
get
we're
what
gonna
they're trying
talk
to say.
later
Yeah.
about how we feel about depression and what would we give to somebody that's in that situation.
The next poster says, being in a sad, deep state.
Ooh, I feel like that's a good like description for what it is.
For what it is, I feel like that's more likely a symptom of what you feel when you're going through depression.
Do you feel like depression is just being sad, like, or could it be something else? Like, could
could
you
be
be
more.
depressed and it's not even
Yeah.
that you feel sad, or I don't know how. Like, I don't know what I'm trying
It's
to
like you're going
say,
through
but
like
you're
stuff
just going through a
here.
hard time, but it's not specifically that you're sad.
Yeah.
It's just feeling down.
Yeah.
That's okay. What do you feel, Monica? Like about what depression is?
I feel like depression is just like it can like emerge from anything, and it's mixed with a bunch of loneliness and sadness that builds
Yeah.
up over time.
Yeah, I feel like most people don't realize that they're depressed until they go to like therapy and they're like, oh my god, I've been going through this. I'm actually like depressed. Anyways,
Okay, so this one. Wait, do you want to read it out? Because it's
Yes,
really
ma'am.
small and I can't
So,
see.
okay. Depression Whoa. Depression means to me that your mental state falls heavily and can last for a long time if not helped. This is relates to what I said. Most people don't
Wait, that's
realize.
good.
Yeah, most people don't realize that they're depressed until they go to therapy and they're like, "Whoa, like I'm really going through this."
I could be
and I
depressed
need
right
help.
now.
Actually, you know what? You never know what's going through people's lives, so I'm not gonna judge or anything. Next one. Do you want to read, Sarah?
It's one of those. Or hers. I don't know.
Oh.
These two I already read.
Oh,
All
then
right,
you can
so
go,
yeah,
Monica.
it's just being sad and having a feeling of loneliness.
Yeah, that
Okay.
relates to what you
Valid.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're depressed, you don't want to be with like. I feel like you're too tired to interact. It's not that you don't want to be with other people, but you're just too tired.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like depression is like different in like certain situations for like most people. Like not everyone deals with the same problems when they're depressed.
yeah,
That's
but
true.
it all falls under the category of
Yeah.
depression.
This one says depression means to be in a constant loop of sadness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I feel like all of these are valid. All of these make sense.
I feel like all of them relate to the feeling of sadness, either feeling blue or like relating to
or like being isolated.
Mm-hmm. Everything falls under the same category of sadness, and I feel like that's really important for depression because everybody that is depressed, you see them around like walking, and you're like, damn, I feel like that person is going through a really tough time. Let me not say anything. What would you?
But
Shame?
Yeah.
Definitely.
definitely.
I wouldn't know what to say.
It's like kind of like when we said in insecurities, like people's comments like give you insecurities. Like if people start talking about you too much, like that hurts. Like people don't, I don't think people understand like how like deep words are. Like it could be the littlest thing, like,
You're right, bro.
oh, this about
She's
you or
right.
this and that. Like it goes from an insecurity to you start believing it, and then you're like,
You can't take it off
damn.
from
And
you.
then now like you see that in yourself, and you can't get rid of that image and that little voice in the back of your head, like this and that, and then boom, depression.
I feel like to deal with depression, because depression is like a long-term thing. Not me saying thing. Oh my god. When the accent slips out. When the accent slips out. No, see, here's the thing. In Spanish, you don't pronounce the H. So thing is how you would say it in Spanish. I feel like sadness is something that you feel, but depression is a long-term thing that you feel for months and even years. So to deal with depression, you would have to go to therapy for like a good like few years, and even sometimes therapy doesn't really help you because you can't like switch what you already think because of therapy. So then that just falls into it's up to you to fix yourself.
I feel like sadness is like,
Thank you. I know I spit my facts right there. I did my big
I
one.
feel like sadness is like a state in depression, or like
A stage,
like a stage of depression.
like the stages of grief.
Yeah, like I feel like it's just a stage.
Angry and that could turn into depression.
That's why I'm saying like
Yeah.
I don't think it's directly just being depressed, is being sad.
What do you
But
think,
yeah.
Sarah?
I agree. I feel like sometimes you just think you're sad, but really it could be depression. I think guilt also leads to depression too. Like you feel guilty about
yes,
something.
yes.
I did not think about that.
Because like of what happens in your surroundings. For example,
Yeah.
if you see somebody that you really love going through a bad experience, you might feel bad for them, and that would be kind of like guilty for you because you're like, oh my god, this person is going through such a bad time, and you just start thinking, and you start feeling bad about it too. It's like empathy, basically.
Yeah.
What would you think, Monica?
I feel like depression is sometimes also not visible to other people. Like someone could be depressed, but since sometimes they don't want to show it, they act all happy and stuff. Or
Yes.
sometimes you, like the least person you would expect could be depressed too. Like for example,
It's fine if you don't want to say it.
it's
Just
fine.
just say it. Just
But
say
like
it.
no matter like what, like you could be surrounded by a bunch of lovely people who care and respect you, but sometimes you just don't feel like you could be happy. Like it's like happiness is not in the equation. Like
Yeah,
that's
like-
just the one thing you're missing.
Or some people feel that they don't deserve to be happy for da moment that they have passed on their lives. But that plays a big role. Yeah, that I think what Monica said plays a big role on depression because there's times like you don't even expect it, bro. Like you see the happiest person walking around and it's like a freaking rainbow on top of their head, and then it's just like,
Yes.
damn, like you really was going through that. That's why it's good to check up on your homies. Do it. You might want to see if they're up to doing good or doing bad. Just ask them, how are you?
But like, can we talk about what people do to deal with depression?
Yes,
Because there's so
ma'am.
many things like y'all don't understand, like drugs, smoking, like people do crazy things to deal with the
To
depression.
cope.
To cope with it, and it's actually so sad. And it's like, I was gonna say this after like what Monica said. Like sometimes they don't even trust their most closest person to talk about it. Like, there's people who just don't want to talk about it either. Like they think they could just deal with it themselves.
That's the biggest
and
problem that you
isolation
can
is gonna
have.
help them, and that is like so bad.
I feel like most people, if you tell them, "Oh, I'm depressed," okay, go to therapy. Man, sometimes that doesn't work. Okay, not like I've been to therapy, but like, bro, come
Not
on.
everybody's
now.
comfortable with that, and this
Yeah.
is completely understandable.
What do you think?
I had a question. So what if the definition of if you didn't know the definition of depression, right? Like if I'm 7 years old and ask me, are you depressed? And I don't know the definition of depression. Can I really give it meaning? I feel like if I'm sad for a week, or because I had bad sleep that whole week, my mood is off. What if I just change my mood? I won't be depressed. Or change my sleep.
Just because somebody's
That's
mood just because somebody's mood changes doesn't mean like that they're not still not depressed. I think that's what you're trying to say, maybe.
What I'm trying to say is maybe too we could be in a society where we label depression too soon on everything, right? You're depressed.
Yes.
depressed.
Yeah, when you feel sad, people immediately think that you're depressed.
So no
And that's
shit,
okay annoying
narcissist.
sometimes.
You're a narcissist. You're a narcissist. Like you have to be clinically like or
Yes.
gaslighting. Everything's like a new catchphrase without giving it depth, right? Like, we don't-
Is that people throw words around too loosely, bro? Like y'all throw okay, not y'all.
it's
some
New
some
York.
people. It's just New York is a whole country, bro. Like oh
It's
my.
their own country. We're just.
We're getting off topic, but like this. Okay.
No, but it's so true.
This is
Like-
off topic, but oh my god, everything goes on in New York. Like you could literally feel sad. Somebody will come up to you and they will be like, "You're depressed. Go to therapy." Oh my. What if I
Facts.
just woke up late?
Real.
Literally. What if you
Like,
woke up late?
we're in the epidemic of projecting on each other, right? Like, oh, not that it's not true. Depression's real.
It's a thing.
But if you slacking on what your work is, and now you sad because you failed, whose fault is that?
Man, is that people like sometimes feel too whoa. I'm not gonna say that word because I'm really bad at pronouncing it. I can spell it out, but no, I'm not gonna embarrass my. Actually, since this is like the first
What
try,
is it?
vulnerable.
But what?
Vulnerable.
Oh, I can't even say it. I'm sorry, Miss Young. Oh my god.
Bro, I can't say it.
Vulnerable.
I'm not joking around, bro. Like
I couldn't say it either.
vulnerable.
There you go.
Period. That's what I thought. So I feel like people feel. No, I won't break it down. That people feel that way so much that they project what they feel onto each other. So if they feel sad, they're like, "Oh well, you probably feel sad because of this and this and that," and it's just them like saying why they feel sad. Man, sometimes you just wake up late, bro. Sometimes you're just not in a good mood. Yeah, like, oh my god. And in Hispanic families, oh my god, bro.
Hi, padre.
Without your phone. Go for a walk without your phone.
Trust me, I will. I will.
I actually
have, it's
like
easy,
not
it's
being on
not
my
that-
phone.
Some
Me
people
too.
stuck on. I know I'm jumping in your episode. But what I'm saying,
It's fine, bro. This is the first try. We can
Just
save this
be
for
a
the next
guest.
one.
this is we're in the information age as well, right? Everything is information. You look something up, you're getting information from 100 different sources, and you don't have time to process it for yourself. Your own thoughts on what it is.
Nah, he right though. He's spitting some facts right there.
You know what I'm saying?
He's
So,
spitting facts.
they say, yo, don't go to the Bronx. Bronx is dangerous.
Live in the Bronx.
People be talking about the Bronx like if you step in it, you gonna get killed.
Yo, they talk about the Bronx like crazy.
I'm telling you.
It's okay. Here's the thing. It's sometimes sometimes real though. It's sometimes
When I
real.
was little, like that's all my mom would say to me.
That much of it, right? Because the news makes the danger the biggest thing. But there's 100 good things that happen in the Bronx, and you're looking at one bad.
That's the thing.
That's-
You
that's true.
said something about a sandwich, a certain sandwich that it was. I think it was two good things and a good one in the middle. No, and a bad one in the middle.
Oh yeah, I know.
Give
What
me
you're
the
talking about.
good, give me what you
So you don't focus exactly on the bad. That's literally everything in my mind.
We completely switched the topic.
Bro.
We went from
But
depression to
it
the
related.
Bronx.
that's
to-
sweet.
Hey,
You know what? We need
to
to
the news?
outline.
We would go out anything and
Yes,
everything. Okay, so let's wrap it up here. This was Pocketful of Problems, and that was one less problem out of your pocket.
Facts. All right.